In the somber depths of Kot Lakhpat Prison, time seemed to stagnate and hope became a distant memory. Amidst this oppressive atmosphere, I encountered Adil, barely 19 years old, yet possessing a striking presence that set him apart from the crowd. Like a solitary flame flickering in the darkness, Adil stood out amidst a sea of hardened faces and desolate souls. It wasn't his prowess or power that distinguished him, but rather the simple act of creation. His hands, calloused and stained with the remnants of paint, moved with a hesitant grace across the canvas, each stroke a whisper, a plea for understanding in a world that had long forgotten the language of compassion. I watched Adil from afar, captivated by the raw vulnerability of his creativity. There was a purity in his expression, a defiance that rose above the harsh reality enveloping us. He painted not for skill, but as a bold rebellion against the oppressive weight of his circumstances, though amusingly, his paintings resembled those of an 8-year-old child. On one particular day, as the sun dipped below the horizon and shadows stretched across the prison yard like silent sentinels, I found myself seated across from Adil, sharing a simple cup of tea. As Adil spoke, his voice trembled with a weight that belied his youth. He was barely 19, yet his eyes held the wisdom of a lifetime spent navigating treacherous waters. For 2 long years, he languished in this purgatory, awaiting trial for a crime he didn't commit. With a heavy heart, Adil disclosed his parents' desperate plea for him to remain incarcerated, purportedly for his own safety. I was taken aback by this revelation. How could any parent wish such a fate upon their child? It was a concept that defied logic, shattering the illusion of justice and freedom. Yet, as Adil unraveled the layers of his story, the truth emerged with painful clarity. Driven by a love so fierce it bordered on desperation, his parents had chosen incarceration over the spectre of annihilation. Adil's story unfolded like a nightmare, each detail more harrowing than the last. Amidst the accusations and the murmurs of condemnation, a love blazed brightly within the narrative of Adil's tale, a forbidden flame that transcended the confines of social class and convention. United by a love that recognized no limits, Adil and his childhood sweetheart dared to envision a shared future. They exchanged clandestine text messages like lifelines in a sea of despair, bearing the weight of their collective hopes and dreams. Their profound love was a perilous secret, deemed a sin by those wielding power and privilege. When the girl's father unearthed the truth, their fragile world shattered like glass, leaving behind only shards of broken promises and shattered dreams. In his rage, the girl's father unleashed a torrent of vengeance upon Adil, falsely accusing him of a crime he did not commit. The accusation, like a branding iron searing his flesh, left him branded as a monster in the eyes of society, with the weight of rape hanging heavy in the air, poisoning every breath Adil dared to draw. Section 376, Rape, a label that sentenced him to a life of scorn and condemnation, a fate he never imagined. The repercussions of that revelation were swift and brutal. The girl, a victim in her own father's battle of pride and prejudice, paid the ultimate price for her defiance. Murdered in the name of honor, her blood staining the hands of those who professed to love her most. In the chilling confines of Kot Lakhpat Prison, Adil found himself ensnared in an invisible web of sorrow and regret. His soul was shadowed by the unbearable weight of the crime he did not commit, and his heart, once filled with the warmth of love, was now a cold, barren wasteland. His parents had made the heart-wrenching decision to keep him incarcerated, believing it was the only way to shield him from the wrath of those thirsty for his blood. "Adil, my son," his mother had said, her words laced with unshed tears. "We're doing this for your own good. We can't let them hurt you anymore." He was a man condemned, caught in the crossfire of a battle that was not his own. His life was now a tragic tale of love and loss, of innocence stolen and dreams shattered. His only crime? Falling in love with a girl from the wrong side of the tracks. As I absorbed Adil's narrative, the gravity of his suffering bore down on me like a heavy stone, threatening to crush me under its unbearable weight. How could one endure such injustice, such cruelty? For Adil, the prison walls aren't just bars of steel. They're a sanctuary forged from the ashes of shattered dreams and broken promises. In his parents' eyes, these walls offer a fragile shield against the storm of vengeance that rages beyond, a reluctant refuge born of fear and desperation. And so, Adil remains trapped in a limbo of uncertainty, his innocence overshadowed by the spectre of retribution. His story transcends the confines of Kot Lakhpat Prison. It is a cry for help, a plea for compassion amidst the deafening silence of indifference. As he languishes behind bars, we cannot afford to remain idle bystanders. I urge you, dear viewers, to lend your voices to Adil's cause. We must stand in solidarity with Adil, as he fights not just for his freedom, but for his rightful place in society. Let us not allow fear and injustice to triumph over the light of truth and compassion. Thank you for watching aikdastaan, where every tale is a testament to the human spirit and every voice resonates with the truth as they perceive it.